Hello everyone, welcome back for some more thrift store finds. We have a few odds and ends and then a big stack of DVDs and Blu-rays, and there'll be a video coming probably this weekend if it shows up on time. I got a wholesale bargain on DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff, so if you want DVDs and Blu-rays for cheap, you're going to want to check out the eBay store in the next month or so. Starting off, I found a whole bunch of these nice glazed porcelain Japanese fishermen, and they were surprisingly a good deal because this kind of stuff they usually mark up way beyond what it's actually worth, but these were $2.99 a piece, so they were definitely worth grabbing because I got that one which was complete, and then these other three, if they weren't that cheap, I wouldn't have grabbed them because they're missing their fishing rods. Those would break so easily. They're really just a little piece of wood, but for $2.99 each they were worth grabbing. A couple of different designs, and they're otherwise in good shape, just missing that little fishing rod, which can easily be replaced with something, or you could even go to your backyard and pull a little stick and put it in there, and it looks very similar. And then we have this carousel horse that's a music box actually on the bottom there, and that was really good shape, and again this was $3 and the music box portion is working, so that was well worth the grab. Something a little more unusual that was worth grabbing. One thing from the music find, that's about it. Sheila E. in The Glamorous Life on cassette, and one VHS tape, Batman, the 1989 movie off the top of my head, I'm trying to remember. One of those bargain bin type things that I've bought and sold this so many times. It doesn't sell for much, but it doesn't cost me much, and it goes pretty fast just about every time. So it's one of those kind of staple grabs. One little keychain or backpack thing from Sailor Moon that, again, this was just sitting in the bottom of the bin, cost me literally nothing. And a few of these Leap TV Leapster games, one of the newer Leapster ones. This is one that's kind of similar to the Wii in a lot of the way it controls for kids, so a bunch of those learning stuff. Then we have a stack of DVD and Blu-ray from bargain bins. It's a Wonderful Life on Blu-ray, still sealed with the slipcover, so that was definitely a good find. The 2-disc version of The Dark Knight, a few concert things that were sealed, along with a BBC Earth. We have Komodo Secrets of the Dragon, which is also sealed, and then a bunch of movies, Good Shepherd, one of the Cirque du Soleil releases, The Departed 2-disc version, a sealed copy of The North Country widescreen, sealed Peter and the Wolf, the Chuck Jones one, a History Channel documentary, Aftershock, Beyond the Civil War. Always have to be careful with the History Channel stuff, if it says PBS or Ken Burns or whatever, or Nova. Always a good grab. I've never found one I thought was not worth my time. History Channel stuff, you gotta be like, well, when did this come out? You know, when the History Channel was actually the History Channel, or when it was the Ghosts and Aliens and Nazis channel. Then we have Alfred Hitchcock, number 17. The first 2 seasons of Northern Exposure, one of my favorite shows, at least the first 5 seasons. Then this was pretty nice to find, the Tracy and Hepburn Signature Collection, the box set, and it comes, so it's an older one, so it comes with all the snapper cases of 4 different movies. They were in together. The Spencer Tracy Legend, we have that one, and Adam's Rib, Pat and Mike, and Woman of the Year, probably my favorite of the bunch, because I've seen these all before a long time ago, but that was definitely a good quick grab for the store. Then the last on the DVD front before we get into the books, this is actually a really nice edition. I have a similar one, but it doesn't come with the slipcover or the extras. But this is the Marquee Musicals 20th Century Fox, Down Argentine Way with Carmen Miranda, who is always incredibly entertaining, whether she is acting or performing, dancing and singing. She's great both ways. Great sense of humor. Don Amici and Betty Grable were ones that I always like, and I like a lot of movies where they're paired up. So this is a really pretty release of this, with the nice thick cardboard slipcover, then the actual release. And on the inside, of course, you have the movie on DVD, but it has a bunch of extras. You have the typical little advertisement, and then the pamphlet, which has all the chapter information, and it's a nice fold-out one of some information about the movie, so better than just your kind of standard shove in a slip of paper. But it also has a small selection of lobby cards, which that was pretty interesting. A couple different shots from the movie. Then I got a bunch of books there as well. Howl's Moving Castle, Holiday Inn, a few of these Haddocks or books, these young adult ones. I sold some of the larger ones, I guess they're like omnibus versions before, quite a while ago from that series. A few more of the I Survived books that I always pick up whenever I find them, and you just kind of wait until you have a whole bunch and you piece them together and make different lots. So those are a good one. This is interesting. Men, Women, and Chainsaws. Gender in the Modern Horror Film. So that's kind of will be an interesting read. I know a lot of people will be fascinated with that. The Prince of Mist. Glass Arrow. A hardcover version of Rites and Religions of the Anglo-Saxons. And this is interesting, An American Tale, the illustrated storybook. So that was definitely a cool find because I really liked that movie. Just did a collection video recently where that appeared. But yeah, that was an interesting find. That'll definitely be good for the Etsy store, probably for that type of thing. Definitely a good morning. Some of my usual stuff with all the big DVD finds, and then some oddball stuff with all the fishermen. Those will be something a little different to get into. Definitely when it's worth grabbing, I like to go outside of my wheelhouse and find interesting stuff. And like I said, look forward in the future. There's going to be so many DVDs and Blu-rays, and I already have so much. I mean, that's kind of, that type of media has been what has been taking over the store in this wave as things kind of come and go.